Hi, my name's Suzanne Day and I run a charity and a business for stopping domestic violence. And I'm also a healer, and today I'm going to talk about bait and switch. So what is bait and switch? It is when you're in an argument with a person and they change the conversation. They bring in some new information that's not relevant to claim their point. They're debating, so they're able to control the conversation, and it's like pulling the rug out from under you. And it is a harmful tactic that is used by a person so that they can manipulate and control you. And it is a form of deception when a person promises something that the other person desires or needs, then they will switch the thing for something else that's of lesser value. So the promise that's made will always fall short. And it is when a partner may feel betrayed and can lose trust for their partner. When this has happened many times, the victim will feel resentful and can even cause the breakdown of a relationship. And the partner will feel the one using this process is not being honest with them and has let them down. And for there to be a strong foundation in a relationship, there needs to be complete trust and respect. And there's different types of bait and switch that can be done and used against you in a relationship. And some of them are very subtle to being very overt. And an example could be promising to show commitment but not doing it at all. Pretending to be something that you're not and withholding your affection or being intimate with your partner, or even using emotional manipulation so that you get what you want in the relationship. And it's also having an understanding of the tactics that are being used on you to deceive you. This is important. And it's a first step to making the changes that are needed to be done. And there's also gaslighting, and this is when you manipulate someone's experience so they doubt their own knowing and experience and perceptions and memories, so they then deny an event that has happened. And when in fact it has happened, and the victim will feel like they're going crazy and they're losing their mind from the abuse that's happening. And often they're told that they are overreacting or are being irrational. And this action is called gaslighting, and it's very damaging to the person and to their own self-esteem, also their mental health. And bait and switch has even been used to completely control another person so that they do what the controller wants them to do. And often bait and switch will happen gradually, so you don't notice what's really going on until you look back and you see all the signs of it. And it can also be when a person makes a promise or threats to you, so you do what they want you to do and are controlled by them. And it always starts small and then it grows to bigger and bigger actions that escalate in their bad behaviour. And you'll have unmet promises made to you and changes of behaviour, or even there can be changes in their personality, and there's usually no transparency or honesty that's shown to you. And this can result in you feeling like you're actually walking on eggshells with them. And these are some of the warning signs to be awake to. And it can also happen in any kind of relationship, not just the romantic ones, but also business relationships. It can be family, it can be friends. And it can also happen in a job. And there might be an offer with lots of benefits told to you when in fact it's all a lie, and you'll not get any of the promises that were made to you. And all promises made to you will be found to not happen or to be false, and none of them will be fulfilled to you. And this can happen in a friendship that looks supportive but is not, and it ends up being manipulating and controlling, even selfish. And using this as a form of deception that's used to fool you into believing that if you act in a certain way, you'll get all your needs met, but you'll not, and you'll only get empty promises. And it's important that you speak your truth to the person who's using these tactics and to voice your own concerns. And speaking to a counsellor can be helpful for you so you feel supported. And the person using these behaviours usually has a lot of insecurities, and they need to work on this so that they become a better person. And they have found that the only way to get their needs met is to use these tactics on or around them, and on other people. And they also have a fear of commitment, and they like to control others so that they get their way. And they believe that using these tactics is the only way for them to behave, and that it's okay to do this kind of behaviour. And it's important for them to work on their own issues so they do better and they actually learn. And some people use these behaviours as they can't deal with being alone and showing their real selves to the world. And their thinking is that of others. Their thinking is that if others knew how they really are, they'd not want anything to do with them. And they'd actually leave them. And they usually have huge issues with trust. Feeling vulnerable to others is very hard for them to do. And the person experiencing this abuse is left feeling betrayed from the other person, who shows a false sense to them, and anyone who has an upper hand on others or in a relationship has issues with lack of trust of self and others, and also from not loving themselves enough and having a healthy self-esteem. And this problem can lead to anger issues and lots of resentment. And this behaviour causes irreparable damage to the relationship. And it can be hard to talk about the issue with the abuser, but you must talk about it so it's actually confronted and it changes. And if you want a healthy relationship, you need to talk about this and confront the issues and all the problems. And it's important to set very clear boundaries on what you will accept and not accept from this person in the future. And you also need to explain to the person how their behaviour has made you feel so that you feel heard and can heal from all of the abuse. And if you like this video, you can push the like button, and you can also subscribe to our page. And thank you.